Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Steve Patton, president of HCM Property Management. Today I'm joined with Lenny Spangler. Lenny is our business development manager, been with the team for 10 years shortly after we got started. So anything about the sales side of property management, Lenny's the go-to guy. So today what we wanted to talk a little bit about was, should you hire a property manager, or are you better off managing the property yourself? What are the pros and cons of that? Lenny, what have you seen in terms of whether owners should make that transition from doing it themselves or to hire a property manager?
So I get this question a lot from homeowners that I go, why should I hire you? Right? So they've been self-managing on their own for several years, and they just wanted to look into looking into hiring a professional management company, but they have been doing it themselves for many years. I always tell them, if you enjoy doing the management yourself and you have the time to do it, then by all means do it. But you should be aware there are some pitfalls that could happen if you decide to manage it yourself. One of them being, not being aware of fair housing laws. That's one of the pitfalls that seems to catch some owners by surprise. And we've had some owners call us to say they've been fined by fair housing because they inadvertently discriminated when they didn't know they were discriminating. It could be something very subtle, but if an applicant feels like they've been discriminated against, they can complain to fair housing. And then you find yourself having to defend yourself and spend tens of thousands of dollars in fines and just for making a decision that you didn't know because you were ignorant of the fair housing laws. So one of the pros of hiring professional management is, you don't have that to worry about. We are very up to date on fair housing to make sure we don't violate any of those laws.
One of the things we hear is like, oh, I can do it cheaper.
Well, yes and no. You can do it cheaper, but what is the value of your time as well? Because it's not just a matter of collecting rent. There's also a matter of being available to the tenants 24/7. You never know when you're going to have that weekend midnight leak that's going to pop up all of a sudden. Now your phone's ringing 10 o'clock on a Saturday night because there's an emergency leak that needs to be handled ASAP. Now you're the one that's responsible to try to find an emergency plumber to stop that leak. And, so anybody who doesn't want to deal with that, then hiring a professional management company is the way to go for that.
A lot of times, too, we hear from people with respect to repairs, oh, I got a guy. He'll take care of that. My handyman, my repair guy, he'll take care of that. What are some of the pros and cons with respect to repairs?
So, and I get it. I mean, people have their people, right? They've got their cleaners, their handyman, their plumber they've been using for years and they've been happy with. But you just want to make sure that they're licensed and bonded and insured, because if anything hits the fan, then there's no coverage. And we only use vendors that are licensed, bonded, and insured to protect all parties from any potential liability issues. So yes, you might save a few dollars by using your own vendors, but we prefer to spend a little extra money and get a vendor who's got the experience and the correct insurance in place to protect all parties.
Yeah, it's really kind of a dangerous thing sometimes. You feel like you're saving some money. In a lot of cases you are, but it's never a problem until it's a problem, right? Somebody has a slip and fall on the property, somebody does something aren't supposed to do, and, some electrical and you have a fire, right? All these sorts of things. It always seems like it's a good idea to save that, $15, $20, $50.
Or the vendor gets hurt.
Yeah,
right?
And that's it.
Where
and
they
then,
fall off a ladder.
Yeah.
And they don't have insurance. So guess whose insurance they're going to?
Yeah, they're going to sue you for workers' compensation. Right. And we see it all day long.
Right.
So it's one of those things that, again, like Lenny said, if you enjoy doing it and you have the time and you don't have anything else you want to do, by all means, you should manage your own property, because, again, nobody will manage it with the care that you'll manage your own property. However, if you're going to do it, just be smart. And I would say 100% join one of the apartment owners association or a trade organization for do-it-yourself landlords so that you can be informed about the current laws, what is required of you, how to protect yourself from doing something that gives a tenant an opportunity to sue you. Because when you get sued, it's not a matter of you're right or wrong. It's really just an economic decision about having to fight the lawsuit or settle it. One way or the other, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So hopefully you found this helpful. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today, and good luck on your landlording journey.